The concept of a business park is popular to many due to its ability to accommodate a range of users, from light industrial to office space, in an integrated park-like setting with many amenities. Many businesses move into business parks to expand their operations by taking advantage of the modern facilities and strategic locations. But how has the past 2 years of economic slowdown due to the pandemic affected life in a business park? I'm Khoo Su Chuang, and it's time to do business. For this episode of It's Time to Do Business, we'll be talking to the developers themselves and some business park tenants to understand the advantages of operating in such an environment and the future of business parks. This business park concept, it appears new to us because we are outside. We see the residential side more visibly, but you guys have been doing business parks for quite some time. What's the general concept to the layperson of a business park?
In terms of the master planning, we focus a lot on the security and green features. So as a business operator, they are always like to operate in a actually very nice environment. This is the first thing. But however, security, gated and guarded, and very tight and secure environment is actually very, very important. As the second thing, I would say in terms of the master planning for the unit, all the unit is come with the flexi spaces, and the flexi design they can actually do either they can use they can do 4-in-1 concept. So namely the manufacturing. For industrial park manufacturing is one of the important thing, and they can use as the offices, and they can use as the warehousing, and the more important thing is to promote their stuff retail. But over time, we see a lot of demand on the customization. So it's probably when the business evolve. So the unit, the ready-made unit they bought by them, probably the space is not enough. So they are asking and go work with us and buy the land or maybe the corner unit or the bigger lot for unit. And we actually do the customization for our prospect.
So, just from the point of view of the potential tenant or investor, this can be a unit that you buy outright and you have your own individual title. How does it work? Or is there a rental lease arrangement as well?
Actually, for us, our main key is actually their selling. So most of the unit, the customer, they'll buy outright. Then, of course, I think in terms of the ratio is probably 70-80% they are business owner. There's about 20% of them probably they're investor. So for the investor part, we actually do the matchmaking. So with the one-stop center kind of facility, we have a leasing arm.
Nice.
So we lease for them. So we make sure, I think the business operator will come in, right? I think we are kind of a little bit more selective. Selective in the sense that our business park is designed with the green and the high security and gated and guarded, and they are suitable for this 4-in-1 kind of concept. They can do retail, this kind of thing. So we only select those non-pollutive business. So that will actually match the theme and the concept of the business park we are doing.
Yeah, so I've seen some videos on YouTube, and it's very interesting because you've adopted elements of your residential developments. It's very wide roads, and there's quite a lot of green features and waterways and parks and things like that. So this caters mainly to light and medium heavy
at the
commercial
moment,
industries?
the park we are having, the business park we are having is mainly for light and medium industry player. So like you said, from the video you can see our business park probably a little bit different from the conventional industrial park. Usually
very noisy, very polluted, smoke everywhere.
It's the not interesting environment. Then the most important thing, actually the green feature is also able to attract quite a lot of the young entrepreneur, and also the maybe probably is the more international company to come in.
So I'm sure it's not all easy, right? There's sure to be some challenges. Security must be an issue, or ongoing security, right? Maybe matchmaking, the right tenant mix, so that you don't have too pollutive or maybe too disruptive. How do you ensure those things? What are some of the challenges?
Being selective is quite important because the hardware is already set up in such.
So how do you turn away customers? Because business is quite tough, right?
So some of the business operator, which is a little bit more towards the heavy industry, they will automatically go to the area which is can get more incentive for their heavy industry. So if so long they are the light and the medium kind of the operator, then their business can meet these four requirements such as manufacturing, retail, and warehousing, this kind of thing. So they will choose our park.
So obviously, business parks is not a new concept. It's been around for many years, right? When you talk to customers, what are some of their like misconceptions?
To general public, they may associate this business park to industrial park. Actually, our business park is not an industrial park. Industrial park is usually the environment is a little bit not so interesting, polluted. Actually, our business park, when we speak to customer, we always believe that seeing is believing.
So in the overall EcoWorld, business structure, right? The business park section, what kind of a role does it play within the product mix, if you like? When you do the planning with Tan Sri, right? The commercial side and specifically business parks, what kind of like a role does it play?
In terms of the master planning, we are still very strong in the residential end. But this business park is actually supporting the residential, and the commercial is the one.
It's still supportive to residential.
Yeah, so we must make all this run actually concurrently, I would say. So business park in terms of contribution to sales for the previous financial year is about 14%. 1/4.
Do you see more demand coming from overseas, like maybe more Singaporeans? Because Malaysian, the location is very good. Southeast Asia, right? Malaysia's in the center of Southeast Asia, and Johor is central because it's near Singapore. All the ships come there. Klang Valley, of course, don't need to say lah. Do you see more foreign interest in your properties?
During this pandemic, right? Pandemic season, of course, the Singaporean they cannot come in due to lockdown, border closed. Same goes to China. So for these two regions, during the pandemic, especially for the past 12 months, we are doing a lot of negotiation, talking to the prospect, China and Singapore.
China would love to come here.
Through Zoom. But some of the business, the presentation, the site tour, we fly drone for them, everything through online, like digital. So with the borders open, we believe that this business park is actually very important component for EcoWorld.
Let's now talk to some of the tenants themselves to understand why they chose to open in a business park and how it's been for the past 2 years. What exactly was the draw? And are there any downsides?
其实我们上一代开始就是做家具的嘛，就从我父亲那一代，他就开始做定制家具的。慢慢的就在这几十年的时间里面演变，就慢慢的从定制慢慢的做成零售哦。我父亲那代的时候就有一直在尝试做出改变了，就慢慢的注重我们的拍摄啊，尽量用比较大的这个空间来陈列我们的货物，因为那个顾客越来越倾向于不像以前了，以前我们的货可能贴2层3层，贴到满满的密密麻麻整间店，好像货仓这样的做法的。后来的顾客就慢慢的不喜欢进入这样的一个店了，他们就希望我们是陈列到很漂亮，他看得见的，然后他们才会去觉得这个东西是值这个价钱，才会有那种消费欲望哦。EcoWorld 介绍这个地方的时候，我们就觉得，这个地点不错，因为它够大、够宽，它就是用工厂，我们根本都不需要敲墙，也没有墙壁好给我们敲，我们就只需要做地板、灯饰，然后而且我们在摆设的时候，因为它宽嘛，它宽，我们在摆设的时候我们会很方便、很容易，然后再加上它的物质高，它的这个产生高。顾客进来的时候就有种很宽敞、没有压迫的感觉，他会觉得很宽敞。然后看东西上的时候，他会觉得更值钱嘛。一方面可能我排得就空间大嘛，我们就可以排到比较漂亮、比较容易规划，还有没有一大堆柱子啊、墙壁啊这些。所以的话，我是跟我们其他店比起来啦，我们5间分店里面啦，我们这里的那个货源可以讲是比较容易排，然后顾客也比较容易看得到，然后 包括成交率啦，都会比别人来的高一点。那时候是 EcoWorld 接管了这边的管理嘛，所以我对 EcoWorld 就很有信心，因为一个地方成不成功跟管理很重要的，你看谁去管理的很多东西。前面讲到可能有龙有凤嘛，但是因为发展商后期没有管理，他很多工程就这样垮掉了，生意也做不上，你的物价啊等等啊都会被负面影响的。而且 EcoWorld 他们又虽然是开放式的这个开放式的这种管理，但是他们的保安就会一直有保安在那边巡逻，可能你没有办法100%保证不会有这个窃案或者是打劫的问题，但是总好过没有啊。
And this brings us to the end of this episode of It's Time to Do Business. Our guests shared with us the key concepts behind a successful business park and the kinds of benefits that operating in such an area can bring to your business. I'm Khoo Soo Chong and thank you for watching.